the Herd is coming up next here on FS1. Let's head over, check in with Colin Cowherd. Hey, Colin, what's on the show today?
The NFL did the Green Bay Packers no favors. Maybe John Gruden's smarter than we think. And Zion Williamson, top 50 player. How do we know he's not top 10, top 15? That's coming up.
All right, Colin, thank you. Time for our final topic of the day. It was reported that Jason Kidd is a leading candidate to become the next Lakers head coach. Yesterday, Kidd told ESPN, quote, "When you look at the Lakers as a whole, it's a franchise that is one of the best in the world. So if you ever have the opportunity to wear the purple and gold, you can't turn that down." So, Shannon, would Jason Kidd be a good fit with LeBron?
No. Especially after what we saw what happened in Milwaukee. Budenholzer got him with the best record. Giannis is a true MVP candidate. Now, maybe Giannis turned the corner and figured things out. But this is not a good, what the Bucks are doing does not bode well for Jason Kidd, Skip.
Yeah, it's true.
So for me, and to deal with that pressure cooker, they need to find out what their roster is going to look like, Skip, I believe, before they get a head coach.
That's true. Jason Kidd was campaigning for this job yesterday, which is a bad look.
Yes.
Because this would be a really bad idea, especially for LeBron, because obviously Jason was an all-time great player who played hard, and he demanded his Bucks play even harder every single second, especially on the defensive end. He became an extremely demanding head coach, and it would be oil and water with LeBron at this stage and age that he's in now. I think it'd be a terrible fit because LeBron, his IQ is, I think it's beyond even Jason Kidd's.
Right.
Jason Kidd has a high one, but again, this is like a Ty Lue job where you get LeBron, you're connected to LeBron, you know his whims and his moods, and you know how to make it all flow, right?
Well, we'll give y'all a first-round pick and $10 million for Pop.
Really?
Yep.
You want Pop?
You like that dynamic? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, Pop will get that thing right.
You know what? I'm okay with that.
That'd be great
you
television.
For that, we'll take that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right,
Not
that's
this
it
year,
for
this
us.
year.
Lonzo Ball's manager posted this video throwing Big Baller Brand shoes in the trash with the hashtag #DumpYourMerch. Lonzo is reportedly done with Big Baller Brand over financial issues with one of his father's friends, and ESPN reported that the Ball family had discussions over the weekend about folding the company. So, Shannon, how do you see this all ending?
I'm glad. I hated that it had to come to this before Lonzo
Lonzo, yes.
took ownership of his business.
Yep.
I hated it had to come to this, Skip. And this is why they always say you don't mix family and business because it complicates the matter.
Yep.
And we see a complicated situation here. I just hope eventually they get back to the father-son relationship. But money complicates this matter because this is what allegedly Lonzo knows. I lost $1.5 million to a guy that was your friend. Allegedly. Yeah, I'm saying allegedly he lost the money.
Yeah.
But they are.
He did lose the money. It's not clear where it went.
Wait, right. And so it complicated. And Lonzo probably should have taken this step a lot sooner.
He should have.
He should have taken, he's a grown man now. He doesn't live up on his mom and dad's roof. You're on your own, so you should have been more. And I get it. Sometimes it's hard, Skip. You try to, no matter how much you try and think you can trust someone, ultimately, do you? And LeBron has done a great job of surrounding himself with people. And I'm sure LeVar thought he could trust this guy. But it just complicated the matter, Skip. And it's a bad situation. Money, Mike he never wanted us to gamble before a game.
Mike Shanahan.
Because he said, Skip, if you lose $50,000, you lose $100,000, it changes the way you play. It changes what's on your mind.
It's emotional.
Well, Lonzo allegedly lost $1.5 million. He's on a rookie contract. If you got $250, that's one thing. But he's on a rookie contract, making good money, Skip. But you don't want to lose money like that. If you make a bad investment, so be it. But somebody steals from you, and you feel like, and I hate this, Skip. Give me a second, Skip. For me, this is the ultimate betrayal because in our community, when we try to put people in position to be successful, and they take advantage of us, it hurts a little more. Because how could you do this? How, when I tried to give you an opportunity, because they say we don't embrace black-owned, we don't help our people. That's what I commend LeBron for, because he reached back and he brought a lot with him. sometimes when we do that, Skip, you see what happens? Allegedly, when we try to help, Lonzo tried to help, his dad tried to help, and he got betrayed. He got stabbed in the back. I hope Lonzo can recoup what he lost. Hopefully this is not true, but I am glad Lonzo is starting to take ownership, as LeBron spoke yesterday.
He did.
I'm glad to see he take ownership of his ish.
It is interesting.
Because that's what he should be doing, Skip. You're a grown man now.
Yeah.
You don't need your father to speak for you or to speak for you, speak about you. Handle your biz, Lonzo.
I just hope Lonzo Ball doesn't wind up in therapy for much of his adult life, trying to dig out from under all this, because this is some hugely negative stuff that he's been through. And his standard response all along, even when we had him on the show early on, was, hey, doesn't bother me a bit. He's been this way my whole life.
Right.
Well, that didn't make it right.
Right.
Especially when it blows up in your face and you're losing money. And not only that, you're publicly humiliated by this. So your father has heaped pressure on you, and now by saying you're better than Steph, you're better than LeBron, better than
the list goes on.
Anybody, Michael Jordan.
Right.
And I loved his father. I love the idea of, we're going to beat the system.
Right.
We're going to shatter the mold. We don't need Nike. We don't need Adidas. We don't need we don't need Under Armour. We're going to start our own brand. That was pretty cool to me.
Right.
If you know how.
Right.
And if you don't put your kid through the ringer as the face of the brand, which he did. Lonzo doesn't have time. He's got to try to play basketball as the second overall pick. He doesn't have time to run the brand.
Right.
He doesn't have time to produce the sneakers.
Right.
Make sure they get out on time. Make sure the orders are filled.
And that's what you need a team for, Skip. And he thought he had a team like LeBron. Okay, Rich, you handle this. Randy, you handle that. Mav, you handle this. And you handle that. You have a team.
And to my knowledge, none of those guys ever betrayed him.
No.
He trusted, and they all came through. And they all became stars in their own rights.
And what if this had a lot to do why we haven't seen Lonzo take that step? Okay. Maybe behind the scenes, he knew about this before this came public.
Maybe.
Because LeBron minds at peace, because he I trust these guys. LeBron is able to focus on basketball.
Yep.
And that's Skip, look, I understand. I've never really wanted to own a business. I really never did, because I didn't want to be there the day-to-day and to oversee it. And I got too many friends, and I'm like, hey, Sharp, hook your boy up. And, they come to Club Shay Shay. Yeah, Club Shay Shay, I do that for them. But, Skip, but a real, true business where I'm trying to make money, you can't do that.
No.
And so there are some people, Skip, they would rather say, I own my own business and make $30,000 a year, as opposed to working for someone else making $100,000 a year. Or I own my own business. Bruh, unless, I get it with apparel, you do a t-shirt, you do jeans, but sneakers is a different business than apparel. FUBU and Sean John, they make, but I don't know if they could have made it if they did shoes. So you got to, and Nike just, Skip, they got billions to throw in R&D and to get people to wear it. It's hard to build a brand when you only got one guy wearing it.
It's why every time I hear LeBron or Chris Paul say, you know what, we might just take our basketball and go home and create our own league. I don't think you can pull that off.
No.
It's too hard to run that big a business and play basketball.
Yeah, Tiger was thinking about that with golf too for a second, wasn't he? And then he went home and I can't do that.
And I think they all know that deep down.
Yes, it sounds good.
It sounds great.
So I don't want to see Lonzo and LeVar estranged, but it may take a split for a while.
It's probably going to be that bad.
It may take it for Lonzo to finally get to the point of making peace and saying publicly, I love my father, but I am my own man. I make my own decisions now. He has no input into my life. He doesn't run my basketball. We don't have a brand anymore.
Right.
I'm now a Nike guy, if that's where he's heading. But we're living near Hollywood here, and Hollywood has a long history of child actors taken advantage of by their parents and ultimately having to split with their parents to survive, actually, to try to get on their own 2 feet.
Right.
Well, I think he is the equivalent of a child actor who finally hit the wall and said, you know what? I can't let him do this anymore.
And sometimes for the very reason what we're seeing, money.
Yeah, money. And pressure and distraction. It's just too much. He needs to step up. I don't even know who Lonzo Ball is as a basketball player.